Does Islam motivate you a bit more than most, like any other champ?
I'm motivated, I'm self-motivated, and I for sure want to crack at that belt. I for sure want to crack at that 70-pound belt to go for the Triple Crown.
And what a fight that would be, you and Islam. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it, after all these years?
A good fight, a good scrap. Southpaw. It was a good performance out of him, and fair play to him. He had the courage to do it, to go up. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's see what happens. Let's get back in the mix.
Dustin Poirier just finished Conor twice.
Why
so,
you say he
we
Conor
can't sleep
twice,
on Dustin Poirier.
Everybody can finish Conor 10 times.
So after Dustin, you finish Conor if Conor wants.
If Conor gets it done with Michael Chandler, stylistically too, and the payday, Islam.
Brother,
family
why
man,
not?
you got,
If people
friends.
have to be stupid, say no. Of course, I will fight this year. Brother, when I
in your
will
next fight.
next, like October or November, I can fight August or September with McGregor.
Hey!
Brother, easy. This guy not same. I don't want to like make him feel like look bad, but everybody know this guy not same. Before, yeah, for sure. When but
even if he was
he's in a good shape, you know, he's like high level. But
Yeah.
right now, too much alcohol, too much whiskey.
Yeah, here it is. Here's him practicing. Like he's doing like how Aldo moves, and then he's doing how he moves. Bam! That's it. Like you knew what was gonna happen, and then here, look at this weird style, throwing that side kick, and then here it comes. Bang! I mean, crazy.
And he got clipped as well, you know. It's
Yeah.
like
in the process, he's got a hell of a chin.
The White House opponent for Conor McGregor is still not decided, but he's back in the headlines again. This time, Conor has called out Islam Makhachev, and that caught a lot of people off guard. Even Joe Rogan seemed surprised by it. Two elite fighters, two very different styles. If this fight happens, how it plays out is the real mystery.
Probably remember who it was, where you talked about the Chandler-Conor McGregor fight, and you're like, that's old news. Chandler comes out and says he's gonna keep optimism about it. You, to be completely transparent at this point, as much as you want to be at least, how empty slate is that card? Or do you already have in your head what you're hoping to happen, and then you just kind of got to make it happen? Like where are you in the development of the card? Because I know that's a massive ordeal for all parties.
So my entire focus right now is on the launch this weekend. I got boxing on Friday, the UFC on Saturday. Sunday, I'm watching the Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
And then Monday, we're all in on the White House fight. We don't have anything laid out. We're not, nothing. It'll all start Monday.
Okay, all right.
And no disrespect to Chandler. We love Chandler. Chandler's one of the, you don't have enough time in your show for me to talk to you about how awesome Chandler is. And you know how I feel about Conor and everything that he's done for the sport and this company. But yeah, that's not the fight we're going for.
Joe Rogan sounds almost fascinated when he talks about Conor, and it is for all the right reasons. It's the way Joe Rogan keeps referring to Conor's first-round threats that is quite noticeable. He says that Conor is not a slow starter, rather he is a sharp, quick, and already clocked fighter. This is why Joe Rogan refers to Conor as a genuine problem every time the fight begins. Rogan is also referring to Conor's ability to read people even before the fight has a chance to fully begin. He refers to Conor's habit of analyzing people's movements and habits and then training in them until they become second nature.
So wild to see, like, it's like when Conor knocked out Jose Aldo. You ever see that shit?
Yeah,
where he was practicing that? He was like mimicking Aldo, and then he's practicing, like, just launching that left hand when he moves in.
Yeah, and then
And the same thing, got him out of character, got him fucked up and flustered, got him angry. Nobody had disrespected Aldo before that. Everyone was terrified of Aldo.
I still think one of the greatest 145.
One of the greatest of all time.
Ever
I mean,
lived.
yeah, Conor got him. Yeah, Conor got him. No doubt.
But he was better than Conor overall. Because his wrestling
His career
defense,
was certainly better than Conor's.
way better.
But the thing about Conor is, in that first round particularly, he's so explosive and so quick.
timing too.
Yes.
He comes in with the timing on fucking like dialed right in.
And that touch of death. He's got these big ass hands and he just fucking launches them at people. In that first round, he's one of the most dangerous guys alive.
For sure.
He's so good. And it's just, I wonder how he's going to come back with that leg break. Here it is. Here's him practicing. Like he's doing like how Aldo moves, and then he's doing how he moves. Bam! That's it. Like, he knew what was going to happen.
Rogan does not dismiss the risks either. He discusses the physical toll Conor had to pay for fighting at lower weights and how brutal those experiences were. This is important to understand why Conor fights the way he does. He understands that the body is not going to withstand all the punishment, so he wants to finish as soon as possible. This is what influences his fighting style. This is also why Rogan believes that Conor is still deadly, even though he has been injured.
I heard he would have the massive weight cuts too at 45.
Oh my God, he looked like death. Yeah. He was one of those guys when I would see him, that was the real weigh-ins. That wasn't the weigh-ins where guys were a ceremonial weigh-in, where they weighed in at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, look at him at weigh-in. And that motherfucker looks like he's on death's door.
Yeah.
And all that flexing and craziness, like your body is like, you could cramp up real bad at that point.
It's happened to me numerous times. You flex a little too hard after the weight cut.
Yeah, look at the difference. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, he's gaining a solid 20 plus pounds of water. So like just the amount of mental strength it took to get down to that 145, it was crazy. But at 145, he's so fucking big.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like there's a giant benefit to it, but man, the cost on your kidneys and your organs and
the chin.
And the chin. Yeah.
Reflexes.
Oh, your head, you're just fucking but that was the IV days though too.
Yeah.
You could rehydrate.
4 banana bags to the face, you're fine the next.
Although the fighter is still not locked in for the White House fight, there has been a lot of speculation and callouts. The latest one is from Mauricio Ruffy. Ruffy made it clear that he fought through actual problems, illness, pain, and even injury on fight day. This is what lends credibility to the fact that he sounded so calm after the fight. When a person talks about the future after going through so much, it doesn't feel like they're just spouting off nonsense. He thinks that if he can deal with chaos before the fight, he can deal with any name after the fight. This is why it didn't feel so random when he brought up Conor.
Yeah, so a few days ago, my brother passed away, so I was very emotional with this. 2 weeks ago, I got an influenza, and today in the morning, I had so much pain in my back, I almost can walk. So I know that God is helping me today, so I'm super, super happy.
Well, first of all, my condolences about your brother that's passed away. This may influence my next questions. I see you have your arm in a sling. What's happened to your right arm?
Okay, helping me today, so I'm super, super happy.
Well, first of all, my condolences about your brother that's passed away. This may influence my next questions. I see you have your arm in a sling. What's happened to your right arm?
O que aconteceu com seu braço ou com a sua mão?
Eu acredito que eu machuquei a mão, preciso fazer exame para saber como é que tá. Mas isso é a luta, faz parte. Tô feliz por estar aqui, tô feliz por ter quebrado a mão e venci a luta. Então tá tudo bem.
Yeah, so I think I broke my hand, but I'm happy anyway. I need to do X-ray, but yeah, I'm happy to win this fight. So
he believes Conor is someone you meet in the middle, not someone you wait out. As far as Ruffy's camp is concerned, this was about timing and striking, not politics or rankings. This makes the White House idea seem more plausible rather than a fantasy booking. The thing that really connects this is how Ruffy kept his feet on the ground. And then there's Jorge Masvidal. He didn't dodge the question about the Conor fight, but he didn't come off as if he was already aware of the agreement either. He said that there are talks going on and there is communication, so it's not just some internet rumor. But at the same time, he was very clear that nothing is guaranteed yet.
So let me ask you bluntly, are you in talks to fight Conor McGregor on the White House card?
Let me ask you that bluntly.
Is this true? Because look, Jorge, I just played the clip. Dana.
I know I see the clip, brother. I tell you this much. My boy Ali is putting in the FaceTime, and I don't mean on the Apple to Apple. I mean he's putting in the FaceTime. You know, he's relatively neighbors with Hunter and Dana, so he's down there on the FaceTime. He's getting in their face, you know, and it's not looking bad right now.
Wow.
I can't say too much more, but it's not looking bad right now. They're talking, dialogue has been open, there's communication there, and we'll keep that communication going. And then that was before Ariel Helwani. What's gonna happen now, cuz?
Masvidal also went on to explain why this particular fight didn't happen in the past and why it feels like it's happening now. According to Masvidal, it was all about timing and style and not about any personal problems. In the past, Conor needed more secure opponents to keep the wheels turning, and Masvidal was not that man. But now, things are different.
I think, you know, Dana White said it best, you know, back then. You know, I don't know, was I burning some premium jet fuel, but I was too much man for Conor. Too big. What is he gonna do? Outstrike me? I think I would have been like a bad style for him. They probably wanted easier fights from him at that time. someone that where he could get his air beneath his cells, because it wasn't going to be me. And I still think to this day, Conor knows it, and he don't like that fight. She'll talk about everybody else but me, because he knows I'll snipe his ass quick. That little lucky left shit he does ain't gonna work with me, a premium striker, brother. I'm gonna see that shit a mile away and slap him in the face. You know, so I don't think Chris Brandon ever would have been good. I'm gonna beat the fucking dog shit out of him, straight up stand-up style.
Are you surprised?
None of that grappling. I'm just gonna get in your face, knee your ribs, elbow your fucking face. It's gonna be a fight, man.
Michael Bisping was clear about why the Jorge versus Conor idea keeps coming back. From his perspective, once Chandler was ruled out, the list of possibilities just got shorter. Dana already ruled out that one, so it was quick work. Bisping was on board with the idea that if Conor is going to be a part of the White House card, it has to be someone big, someone that everyone knows, and someone that is easy to market to the casual fan. Jorge is the best fit in that regard than almost anyone else.
When you Google MMA and you press news, all that comes up is stories about Jorge Masvidal potentially fighting. He's got big news. He's going to release it soon. And a lot of people speculating that it could be against Conor McGregor going down at the White House. And if you ask me, that actually makes a lot of sense. Of course, Dana White came out recently. He was on a podcast. He was asked about the likelihood of Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor, and Dana shut it down. He said, no, listen, that was 2 years ago. It's passed by.
I know there's like all the talk of Michael Chandler and Conor. Do you see like that as like a realistic thing happening?
I mean, that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, so that's not nothing you'd entertain for the White House.
He also related this to Conor himself and said that Conor has been talking and acting as if the fight in the White House is going to happen. This is important because Conor does not normally put himself in these kinds of situations unless he has a reason to. Bisping believes that this is Conor getting ready for something in particular, not just making appearances.
Who's it gonna be? Because I do believe that Conor McGregor will be on the White House card, okay? As we know, McGregor has been at the White House himself recently. Last year, showed up a couple of times. He was on Fox Sports or Fox News talking about it, saying, it's a done deal. I will be fighting at the White House.
Is this a done deal? You're in?
Done
You made a
deal,
deal?
signed, delivered. It ain't a negotiation. Wow. It's a done deal, signed, delivered. McGregor will compete in the White House.
Bisping took the time to break down why Jorge is a good fit from a style and political standpoint. Jorge has history, moments that fans remember instantly, and a personality that is right for a huge stage. To go along with that, he has experience in big attention environments and has been around big moments before. Bisping definitely believes that the White House card is more about show than credentials, and Jorge checks more boxes in that area than most of the names that are being thrown around.
Even Chael Sonnen was talking about it. And as I said, when you look at Jorge Masvidal and the career that he's had, and then you remember Jorge Masvidal has been a massive supporter of Donald Trump. I think he's spoken publicly at rallies for Donald Trump as well. So he's certainly in the good graces of the Trump family, right? And they're the kind of people that they're going to want at the White House. Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal. That'll be a sensational matchup. Michael Chandler, of course, losing to Paddy Pimblett the way that he did. And then, of course, when you look at the majority of fights that he's lost, okay, it doesn't really put him in too good of a standing.
Michael Chandler also weighed in on the fight and discussed how the time he and Conor spent facing each other on The Ultimate Fighter is something that he does not consider to be a closed chapter. There was animosity from the very beginning, and it carried over from week to week, and it never got resolved in the octagon.
What's going on in those conversations?
Conversations are happening, man. You know, it's just, it's, you know, I'm trying to make this thing happen. We'll put it that way. Obviously, you know, Conor and I have had our history. You know, blood boiled over a couple times here and there in The Ultimate Fighter. Some words were said. You know, pushes happened. We've got a history. We've got an Ultimate Fighter 31 to finish. I know there's some people who are like, it's in the past. It's something that it's already passed and gone. But he wants to settle the score. I want to settle the score. Both of us would love that fight to happen at the White House. So conversations are happening. We're moving forward.
But when the talk turned to Conor's recent mentality and experiences, he spoke about the pressure of fame and how getting to the top can sometimes cause one to take a step back and reevaluate everything. Chandler thinks Conor is on the right track to reach a point where he's ready to compete again with a purpose in mind, and it's going back to fight on the biggest stage possible against him at the White House. On the other hand, Dana did not offer Conor any kind of guarantees. He just kept going around the same point that nothing is yet decided and nothing is being built around him. This is important because if Dana thinks that a comeback is a reality, only then should you believe it. This goes to show that Conor's comeback is entirely in his hands. Dana also stated that the White House card is definitely not finished yet, and Conor is not included in the early stages. Currently, the attention is on logistics, timing, and fighters who can be secured without any issues. If he does end up there, it will be because everything falls into place later on, and not because the UFC is holding a spot for him. When the subject of Michael Chandler was brought up, Dana brushed it off as if it were an old issue. Old fights and old excitement do not automatically translate to the present. Dana is definitely looking at what is working in the present and not what almost happened in the past. So right now, that's where things stand. No opponent is confirmed, no fight is signed, and the White House card is still wide open. But Conor McGregor isn't waiting around for names to be announced. He's already in the gym, putting in the work, sparring and training like the moment is coming. While fans, fighters, and media all have different guesses about who he could face, Conor is moving like he plans to be ready for anyone. Until the UFC makes it official, it's all speculation. Let us know in the comments below who you think Conor should fight at the White House.